Fenirob here. Today we're going to talk about two items whose match was made on Mount Celestia, at least in my book. You've got Drinking Quest Old Habits, a Jason Anarchy game, a light role-playing game for 2 to 4 players, and Düngeonmeister, a Drink Master's Guide, 75 epic role-playing game cocktail recipes to shake up your campaign, written by Jeff Aldrich and John Taylor. First, we'll take a look at Drinking Quest Old Habits. This is a 2 to 4 player role-playing game that takes about an hour to play. There are 4 quests in the box, and the game really is designed for you to play all 4 of them, I think, in one sitting. Now, each of the quests has cards, and these cards are going to have certain events or monsters that you're going to have to encounter and overcome. And if you successfully overcome them, you will get experience points and gold, just like you do in normal role-playing games. You could use any of the money that you get to buy some items that will help you along the way. But if you fail to defeat a monster or you can't complete an event, you're going to have to chug your entire drink at that time. Now, in a single quest, again, there are 4 of them. So if in quest 1, you fail once and have to drink your whole drink, the game only requires you to take 3 sips of your new drink if you fail during the same quest. So they're trying to make it so that you drink responsibly. Now, each player is going to get a sheet. They're also going to get a character that's going to have some kind of funny name like Chug. He has hit points and an attack and a defense, but he also has sexual prowess. So this game is definitely going to be on the lighter, funnier side. He has a signature drink, which is his special power, the pint-sized punch. Once per quest, you can inspire any player who hasn't yet chugged their drink to chug the remainder of their drink. So, it's pretty light. The quests are easy. You've got things like the bushel mimic, where he's going to have a health of 4, he's going to attack with a d6, and there's an armor class of 2. You'll get 75 gold and 2 experience points. The goal of the game is to have the most experience points at the end, but it seems like the real goal here is to get a little bit buzzed and have a good time with your nerdy friends. So now, let's take a look at Düngeonmeister, a Drink Master's Guide. This is 75 cocktail recipes that you can use. Some of them are simple to make, some of them are a little bit more complex, and we'll look at a couple of them. But it does seem like these 2 items go hand in hand because you can make some cool drinks, and maybe those are the ones you sip, and maybe you can use some simpler drinks to chug when you fail, which you inevitably will, I'm sure. So let's take a look real quick at a couple of the recipes. I don't want to show you the whole thing. Let's take a look at the Kobold Fashioned. This one has a complexity level of 1. It yields 1 cocktail. The yapping, snapping, and trap making of the common kobold can be infuriating to those who are forced to live near them, especially the dragons they tend to live in service of. Those dragons need a libation to take their mind off the latest round of some minor clan chieftain inventing the, quote, skunk on a pole, end quote, or some similar act of tomfoolery. Such dragons can at least count on kobold bar chiefs who may only know how to make 1 cocktail, but it's a trusted classic. Well, the Old Fashioned is a classic. This recipe calls for 1 sugar cube, 2 dashes aromatic bitters, 1 or 2 tablespoons of plain water, 1.5 ounces of rye whiskey, 1 lime twist for garnish, 1 stemmed maraschino cherry for garnish, and then it gives you the simple 4 steps here. Place sugar cube in an old-fashioned glass and douse with 2 dashes of bitters. Add water and muddle until dissolved. Fill the glass with ice cubes and add whiskey. Garnish with lime twist and maraschino cherry speared together on a toothpick. This should do the trick. Simple, easy. Let's take a look at one of the more complicated recipes. Release the Kraken. Complexity level of 2. Yields 1 cocktail. From the depths of the ocean comes a frightful beast that all sailors know and fear. Obviously, the Kraken. So you get your flavor text. This one requires 2 ounces of dark rum, 1.5 ounces of blue curacao, 6 ounces of pineapple juice, 2 ounces of orange juice, 1 cup of ice, 3 to 5 sour gummy worms for garnish. They have these cool pictures in the book for the drinks. That's also very creative and adds to the experience. Add all ingredients except gummy worms into a blender and pulse until slushy and combined, approximately 15 to 20 seconds. Pour drink into a cooler glass. Arrange gummy worms throughout to represent tentacles. Dungeonmeister tip, they have this little, again, more flavor stuff, but this is just kind of very thematic the way they do the book. The Kraken itself has been depicted in many different forms, sometimes as a giant squid or other tentacled beast, and sometimes as a giant claymation creature from the Black Lagoon with 4 arms. Such is the mystery and majesty of the mighty beast. So as you can see, this one isn't that much more complex, but it has a little bit more in the ingredients. So that's basically what you've got. Holy water, tiefling's breakfast, all these things are very thematic, and it seems like you could even have everyone make a drink or have a drink made that is, for their type of character class. You can have, there's a barbarian drink, there's a bard drink. Obviously, you've got holy water for clerics, so it's kind of cool. So I really do think when I saw both of these items, I felt like this was a companion buy. I had to have them both. My local game store had both of them, and so I picked them up. I just thought I would show them to you in case these interested you, and maybe your party would like to adventure with a little libation. Thank you for watching as always. If you would, please subscribe to my channel.